So now for the dermarolling session. So I use just enough pressure for it to be slightly uncomfortable, but I actually really love it. It's kind of addictive. So I do four of these, up and down, 1, up and down, 2, up and down, 3, up and down, 4. I'm not going anywhere near my eye. That's what I would call a pass. So 4 up and downs is 1 pass. The second pass, middle of the face. And then at the back, as I say, just using enough, hardly any pressure at all, but just enough. It just feels slightly uncomfortable, but I love it. Going nowhere near my eye. Very, very important. You can see it very quickly starts to look a bit pink because you're drawing all the blood up to the surface, which is a good thing. Oh, I like this. It feels really nice. 1, 2. And I go from front to back. I think when I first started doing this, it used to feel really painful. Well, not really painful, but it was much more uncomfortable than I find it now. I don't know whether I've just got used to it. I guess I must have. Nowhere near my eye. I know it looks as if I am, but I'm not. Those rollers, those needles are nowhere near my eye. Three, 4, and then the top. It's the most sensitive bit at the top here. And on the top lip. Oh, that isn't very nice. Ha ha ha. So all over, under the chin. I've got flubby bits under there. I want to try and minimise those little fellas. This is quite a sensitive bit as well. Must point out that very important with the dermaroller that it's not banged, knocked against anything, because if you bend those needles, then obviously they'll blunt, it won't be as effective and it might hurt. So I'm very, very careful to keep this very safe, protected, well away from kids and pets when it's not being used. And when I am using it, I'm very, very careful not to knock it against anything. And then I just got the top here. This also is a sensitive bit. You can see how quickly it gets red. This redness will die down it will die down overnight. By the morning, it will have all gone, depending on how much I've enjoyed my dermarolling session and if I've been a little bit over enthusiastic. Sometimes I still look a little bit pink, but no more than just a suggestion, certainly not as pink as I am now. So there we go, that's my dermarolling session finished. I'm now going to wash this in medicated wash under hot, very, very hot running water for ages, and once all the soap is gone, it takes off any residue, blood or tissue on there. Once all that's gone, nice and clean, pop it in its alcohol container and it sits and stews in that for the night. And then I take it out in the morning, pop it back in its container dry, and then it sits there waiting for the next time. Okay, see you soon.